we have made it into the top 3 of my hated features of BFA, and top number 3 is delayed content. What do I mean with this? So, this might not be a big issue for the majority of the World of Warcraft population, but it definitely is an issue for people, that are raiding Mythic, and I will explain you why and what I mean with delayed content. So, unfortunately, Mythic Plus, which is basically, compared to the raids, the most difficult stuff that you can do, besides PvP, but I don't want to engage in a PvP is more skillful and stuff like PvE and blah blah blah. I just go for the PvE stuff. So sorry, PvP players, you're excluded for now. So what we can, you have 3 things to do as a Mythic Raider and as a regular person, most likely as well. So first of all, get to level 120. That's usually done within 8 hours for the Mythic raiding community, and maybe, I don't know, within the first 24 hours of the regular people. I don't want to call them casuals, because casuals, it says usually that negative annotation with it. So I will just go with regulars instead. And once you have done this, there is 2 things you can do. World quests, which are annoying in themselves. I hate them. I seriously hate them. Because in my opinion, you have 90% travel time, 10% engaging into the fight, then you're traveling 90% again, 10% engagement time, and so on. But anyway, this is not about world quests here. This is about delayed content. So once you have done all the world quests in Zuldazar as well as in Kul Tiras, which usually takes me 2 to 3 hours depending on how lazy I've been on the day before, if I need to do a couple more, or if I don't. So for example, yesterday at I don't know, I think 11 p.m. I have finished all the quests, and now those are just the ones here. So the ones that you see right now are just the ones from the 9 o'clock in the morning reset. I don't know if it's the same for the Americans, but you get at 9 a.m. and at 9 p.m. you get new quests. I just assume it's the same for Europe as well as the US. Anyway, if you have done this, so as I said, 3 hours a day is nothing for a Mythic Raider. It's just, what to do with the rest of the day. Anyway, what else do you have to do? Do I need to go to Heroics? So, Heroic Dungeons? Nope, 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 nope. Yes, maybe. Yes, I've really been unlucky. Nope. Maybe if I get a proc, then it could help out here. Nope, 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 nope. By the way, this one is one of the best in slots. I just need one that is has procced from the world quest, but yeah. Besides this, I mean, there are a couple other ones that are quite good from the dungeons, and Anyway, my point was that I don't need to do Heroic Dungeons anymore. So what else is there to do? Mythic Dungeons, right? Yeah, that's an issue, because Mythic Dungeons have a ID, so you can only do them once. And with a real good group of your guildmates, you can go through the 10 dungeons within almost 3 to 4 hours. 5 hours at best, and I mean at best by you have then at least 5 hours of stuff to do, actually, and that's basically it. I've already mentioned the island expeditions. I hate them. I don't like them at all, and yeah, so those are not something that I can do any as well. Plus, you can only do it for the weekly Azeroth, and afterwards it's more or less just annoying, and there's no reason to do it in the first place. So you literally have 8 hours of gameplay, 3 hours of world quests per day, 5 hours of of Mythic Dungeons with a trained group or an equipped group. And that's basically it. There's nothing else for you to do. So we have 7 times 3 because 3 hours per day. The week has 7 days, obviously, for the world quest. So it is 21 hours plus, let's be generous, 5 hours of gameplay through the Mythic Dungeons. This means you have 26 hours over the entire week only that you have something to do. And yeah, that's not enough. There is nothing to do right now. So if I am going to do, so we have, what is it, Sunday? Yes, it's Sunday. So I was like a little bit confused. I was like, is it Saturday or Sunday? Anyway, so once I do all those quests now, and they won't take 3 hours because they are only the reset from 9 o'clock. So they will, I don't know, like take an hour, maybe 1.5. Then see, there's like, I don't know, there's like no quests here, and all of them are quite together in the first place, so they're really easy here on Cult Heroes today. 1.5 hours today, and I have nothing to do. So I'm already done, and I'm already done ever since Friday, because we are doing usually the Mythic Zeros at Wednesday and Thursday. So ever since Friday, I had 1.5 hours of gameplay, and then basically logging out and having to do something else, because there's literally nothing to do. I have no idea why Blizzard has delayed Mythic Plus Dungeons. And even if they would limit the gear drops to only, let's say, oh sorry, that was the guild chat that I didn't want to. Let's say they are going to gear, or they're limiting the item level drops to level 350 only, so that we are not going to be like 370 or something once Uldir normal comes out, for example. Let's just say we are going 350 as a maximum. And once Uldir hits on Mythic or on Heroic difficulty, whenever Mythic Plus will be opened, then they are going to have their regular, I don't know, Mythic 1 or Mythic 1, yeah, Mythic 1 to 3 actually gives 340 plus 5, number Mythic 4 to 7 then adds plus 10 item levels, and so on. So the regular system, you should know it by now. Why not add this, something like this? Because there's literally nothing to do for me right now to play your game. I have no instant from the game developers that I should play their game right now, and I think that's definitely bad for a game, because in my opinion it alienates the amount of good players that are in the game, and the more good players are in the game, the more teachable moments we could have. I have explained lots of stuff to people, how they can be better in their own class. Sometimes not in the friendliest way, because I don't know, if I explained it once and I've explained it twice, and the third time that I'm getting a little bit annoyed. But you know what I mean. So people could actually basically learn from me, but I'm not there to teach them anymore, because I have no interest to actually play the game anymore. And I think that's flawed game design, so this is why it has made on my top 3 with the delayed content. Top 2 of my most hated features of BFA is definitely no flying allowed. Again, we are limited to our ground mounts in the open world. And seriously, Blizzard, when do you realize that this is a bad decision? First off, before you start writing in the comments, yes, I understand that Blizzard wants us to enjoy their world that they have created on the ground, and that's fine. Okay, isn't this a little bit, this isn't like a counter argument, Garrock? Yes and no, because in my opinion, once you hit level 120, maybe let us do an epic scenario or something to unlock our flying again, or let us pay some gold. Whatever you are creative with, Blizzard, go ahead please, but let us choose to fly at level 120, because in my opinion there is no reason after level 120 that you are not allowed to. If you don't want us to fly in your scenarios, in your war campaigns and stuff like this, go ahead. I am totally fine with this. If it is right now, I mean, this is the first time it is happening. Is it because your war mode stuff like this? Once you turn war mode on, no flying allowed. That would be fine for me as well. Then I have the choice to actually fly and do your boring content, which in my opinion is world quests. And yeah, definitely then yeah, so you could restrict the flying. So as I said, restrict it to 120 only, restrict it or gate it behind some reputation, some gold that you have to spend, or some scenario that you have to do that explains reasonable why I cannot fly on Zuldazar, or Zandalar, sorry. I always mix them up. I don't know. As well as on Kultiras. Maybe even have us do two things. I don't know. Zuldazar only allows flyers to people that are revered with them. So if you once you have yeah, the trolls revered and they trust you enough, then give us the opportunity to fly. The same goes with Kultiras, even though it doesn't make too much sense. Maybe, I don't know, the Honor Bound only allowed people to fly from revered as well, for whatever reason. Even though from the Horde side it wouldn't make yeah, a big reason to not allow us flying, because we are in a war with every single piece of this island here, not just the PvE stuff that is going on there, so the monsters and stuff, basically the PvP as well, because there is like yeah, the alliance stuff that is going on. Anyway, I have no idea why you are gating flying. Once again, I have already said why I think you are doing it, because if you want us to experience your content and stuff. As I said, limited to level 119, and once you're at level 120, you give an opportunity to actually regain flying. Another thing that I can think of is the economy reason, that you don't want to let the market be flooded with herbs and mining and whatever materials. Easy solution, just reduce the amount or the respawn time, not both, please, Blizzard, by 50%. So instead of finding, I don't know, platinum each 5 meters, kind of like how it is right now, let's do it every 10 meters then. You get the idea. So I don't know, maybe there's another different reason that I haven't thought of, then let me know in the comments. But the only two reasons is the economy reason, which, as I said, just reduce the amount of stuff that you can get in the first place, as well as the yeah, Blizzard wants to let you experience what they have created. Then, as I said, gate it be level at level 120 or reputation or something like this, and everyone would be good to go. Everyone would have another incent actually to farm the reputation in the first place, if you are going to go with the reputation gating. But yeah, let us fly, for freaking sake. And my number one most hated is actually 2. Sorry I trolled you here. It's basically, as you probably have guessed already, because I have mentioned it so often, it's definitely world quests. World quests are one of the most annoying things that they have ever created, and I don't know why they are dragging it through the entire content over and over and over and over. Especially because they have bugs in their game that are related to the world quests, and yeah, it's just so annoying. I'm going to explain to you 4 different bugs that I have encountered, 2 related to the world quests, and yeah, 2 non-related to the world quests. So number 1 point, if you didn't get it by now, is world quests as well as bugs. That are my most hated features, because bugs aren't features, or are bugs features? You get what I mean. Anyway, so let's start with the 2 World Quest bugs that I've encountered, and there are plenty of other World Quest bugs that I haven't encountered, but other people have encountered them. So the first one was, I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago, there was a quest over here. It was in a cave, and you had to interact with, I think, a ritual stuff or something like this, which spawned then a, I don't know, snake-like creature. Those, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it wyvern or wyvern? Whatever, I'm going with wyvern. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So it spawned one of those wyverns, and you had to kill it. And yeah, I actually had to kill it 6 or 7 times. I don't know anymore. Just to get the progress in the first place. So what happened? I interacted with the staff, or the ritual staff, whatever that was, down there, and there were other peoples already doing the same stuff. And yeah, first time I killed it, nothing happened. Okay, I was like, maybe I have to be the one that is interacting with the ritual stuff at the right time, because there were other players around, and maybe it's only tagged for them then, because they have interacted with it. Let's see. So I waited a little bit until everyone was gone and stuff like this. I started the event. Someone else came. But I was definitely the one that hit the wyvern first. And yeah, I didn't get the progress once again. So second time, I don't know, like 5 minutes have passed already, and still nothing. Then I waited once more until everyone else is gone, because I thought, okay, maybe you have to totally kill it alone. No one may interfere with it. Maybe it's a bug already. So I already had like a tingling there. So maybe it's a bug or something. Let's see if I kill it entirely alone. Maybe that will work. I've killed it entirely alone. In try number 4, and again it didn't work in the first place. Then I was like, okay, maybe the shard that I am on isn't working, or the quest isn't working on that specific shard. So I actually switched over to a different shard via the add-on World Quest Group Finder or World Quest List. I don't know which one it is actually that is doing the stuff right now. And yeah, it didn't work either. With all the waiting and all the repeated attempts and stuff like this, I was already at 50 minutes, up until I was like, okay, let's Google that shit now. And I figured out that I'm not the only one. Plenty of people are currently complaining about it. But it was like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning. So that people were, so that weren't as many people complaining about it. There were like, I don't know, 5 or 6 threads only, compared to the 1 million that you would see if yeah, there would be 10,000s of players online currently. Anyway, I was like, okay, let's do it a little bit later. And I don't know, at 16 or 17 in the evening, I tried it once more, and it worked then. So basically they have fixed it, but I mean, how can something like this slip through in the first place? Especially after beta of like, I don't know, was it 5 months of beta or 6? I have no idea. Just plenty of time where you could have fixed those kind of things. Anyway, the next one was the Parrot that I encountered in the very first week. Actually on Thursday, I think on Thursday, the first week BFA came out. Yeah. The issue that I had wasn't that the World Quest wasn't working, which is an issue in itself, but as a Horde player, and obviously totally new to the Kultira's Island, so I had no idea how this thing here looked like and stuff like this. Yeah, I just saw that they had a World Quest down here, so I went over here. And yeah, as you probably see, as a Horde player, you have to go like there and there, because this wasn't there. This is something that you unlock via the war campaign, just for the Alliance players. So you had to walk, and then there is Kenning's Lodge. I think that's an Alliance outpost. So I basically had to go through here as well. Hopefully no Alliance player was there anyway. And then go through here, and whoever has been down here already knows that there are millions of pirates. millions and millions of pirates down here. And yeah, so I had to go through here as well, and then I made it over here. Finally, I made it to the world quest, and then I see a parrot that is hostile to me, even though he has this glow effect, you know, like the quest items that have the glow effect. And yeah, I was really irritated by it first, and I was like, okay, I need to do something with the parrot, but I can't attack him. And actually in the quest it says take a flight with the parrot or something like this, but it didn't work. So yeah, like 5 minutes plus of getting actually down to the area already wasted, and it was really annoying. And yeah, the second world quest that wasn't working. And yeah, although they have fixed it, I think a day after, I don't think it worked on that day for the horde like at all. But the second time the world quest came up and I went there, I was actually able to finish it. So yeah, they have fixed it within like a day or two, or whenever I did it the second time. It was just annoying that again a second world quest wasn't working in the first place. The second part of the yeah, stuff that I hated about the bugs was definitely the reputation for the honor bound. I am quite sure that plenty of you guys already know about it because Ian Hazikostas has mentioned it in his Q&A. But for the guys who have no idea what I'm talking about, we have outposts on the opposite faction's land. So as a horde, you get outposts on Kultiras that you can unlock, and as an alliance player, you get outposts on Zandalar that you can unlock. And yeah, once you have unlocked them all, yeah, not if you have unlocked them all, some of the outposts that you can unlock, so like this one here or this one here, some of them do have wanted quests. I actually see, as you can see, I haven't done them all yet, but yeah, some of those wanted quests actually give you reputation and some don't. And that wouldn't be an issue if the amount of wanted quests that give reputation would be equal on Alliance and Horde side. But it wasn't. And I have no idea how those kind of things could happen. I mean, you usually have a meeting for those kind of things, and then you say, okay, guys, we have a cool new idea, which in my opinion is kind of cool, so that you have to unlock those outposts. Even though they have made it through the Facebook game again, why not let players at least unlock like 25% with, I don't know, like raid-sized content, like 20 people or so have to overrun an alliance outpost, and then we are making it the horde outpost, or the other way around. And I'm not talking that we need to do PvP. You can just put I don't know, like Alterac Valley kind of stuff, a couple of officers there that you have to kill, and one big guy that you have to kill, that is basically a raid boss or something like this. Why not do something fancy like this? Why do we have to put the stupid parts that you could make really fun into your Facebook game? Anyway, yeah. Usually you have, as I already mentioned, you have kind of meetings about those kind of topics. So hey guys, we have a couple cool idea. We are going to not give the players all the flight points from the get-go on the opposing island. They have to actually unlock them, which is, in my opinion, is quite a cool idea. And then obviously they have to ask the question, okay, is there something else that they will get alongside with the outpost? And then someone most likely came up with the idea, yeah, why not have the wanted quests? And then usually it comes down, okay, what do those wanted quests give as a reward? And then someone said like reputation, and then I guess the conversation has ended. Because I have no idea how Q&A can let it through that there is an unbalance between the alliance and the horde side in rewarding. I have, you know, it's the internet. You know you're going to have a shit show if you are failing on those things. And yeah, I have no clue. So currently, I don't know how it exactly works, but let's assume Stormsong Valley has 4 wanted quests, Tiragada has 4, and Drustvar has 4. You just have to think about the alliance stuff on the Zandalar island, vice versa. So in total they have 12, and I don't know, 6 of those gave the Horde honor bound reputation, and on the other side it was 12 wanted quests as well for the alliance side, but they had like 8 wanted quests that gave reputation. And as I said, I have no idea how such a slip up can happen. That's just, I can't imagine what kind of communication was going wrong there, because in my opinion this is one of the most important things. Keep the balance of rewarding players, because as I said, you're dealing with the internet here of the Alliance and the Horde equal at any time. The same goes for, although it wasn't a bug, but I don't think it was a good idea to do it in the first place, was the shit show that they got once we had the honor-bound emissary going up, and on the Horde side we got a weapon, and on the Alliance side, I don't know what you got, guys, but I'm really sad for you that you weren't able to get your weapon instead. And yeah, but anyway, you need to know that if you have a system like this that is randomizing the loot, that there will be, especially the very first week, once this happens, that one side gets the weapon and the other side gets, like, I don't know, shoes or something like this, you will have a shitstorm coming into your forums. And that's exactly what happened. And here's Ian Hezekiah is actually defending this system. I have made already in my review video clear what kind of system I wanted, but I'm going to explain it once more to you guys anyway. Why not have so basically the system right now, it's random what reputation it is, but it's going to be for this same stuff. So if for example today the Horde got Champions of Azeroth and the Alliance got Champions of Azeroth. Tomorrow, let's say we are going to get honor-bound reputation, and the Alliance, I think it's called the 7th Legion, that is giving the reputation, which is the equivalent to the honor-bound on the Horde side. So, but the reward that you will get, except for the Champions of Azeroth, as far as I know, is the same. Is different. So Champions of Azeroth, you always get the 600 artifact power like I do right now, but the honor bound, it is basically rolling what you get, and on it could be, as I said, a weapon on one side and boots on the other side. So it could actually happen that the Horde is getting a weapon, a trinket, and maybe again a weapon, like random rolls, and the Alliance is getting 4 times shoes. That's how the system works. Most likely they're going to have a failure system, so that if you have gotten a weapon before hand already in the last 3 or 4 emissaries of the honor bound, you're not going to get a weapon once again. I guess at least that this is in place, but it's really bad in the first place. Why not? As soon as the World Quest Emissaries is being quote-unquote randomized, so basically a dice roll, what is happening there, why not have it choose the honor, the reputation faction, then choose the reward that you get, if there is a random reward, and then give it to the other faction as well. So for example, I have already made this, as I said, in my review. So let's say Talange's expedition is this week, and on the Alliance side it is Group 1. I have no idea what the equivalent to Talange's expedition is on the Alliance side, so I just call the reputation faction Group 1. So Honorbound is Group 2, Tortolan Group 3 on the Alliance side, Voldunai is Group 4, and Zandalari Empire is number 4 on the Alliance side. And now let's roll the dice. And now this time we get the Tortollan Seekers. Okay, that's I think that's on both sides. But let's assume that the Tortollan Seekers is only a horde thing, and the Alliance has something, I don't know. Instead of the Tortollan, they have the Tortor Seekers. So it has rolled this one here. Then it will roll the dice once again what kind of equipment you get. Let's say it's shoes, and yeah, and then the Horde will get the Tortollan Seekers reputation if you do the emissary quest, plus the shoes, and the Alliance will get the Torto Seekers reputation, which is the equivalent, plus they are going to get the shoes as well. Why in the hell do you have to make the rewards random? I have no idea. And in my opinion, this is a bug, so it actually fits into the number one of my most hated features. Yeah, and the fourth bug that I've found, I don't know if it is really a bug, because I think it's a bug, because I couldn't understand why yeah, this would be in the first place. It's in the Facebook game. And yeah, I'm going to show you something that I have encountered. So, as you can see here, this is a VLC video. So I've recorded this, and I'm just recording the voice right now. So what we did get here is that I was really confused by why, if I put a Goblin Zapper in there and a High Mountain War Brave, it wouldn't give the same amount of percentages. So I will hover later on in the video. I will hover over all the perks and stuff, and as I said, I couldn't figure out why there is a difference in percentage, especially because both are melee troop, and you know, sometimes, so you see the Dog Shaman has a different icon here, but this icon and this icon is definitely the same. I was hovering over those things, and it just gives different percentages. So let the clip roll. There we go. Yeah, so I'm hovering over the zappers, and you can see it's a melee troop, and it's the same melee troop, pommels and dismounts mounted troops. 197% currently. I'm going to get rid of this one, and now I put the Tauren in there, and 15% less. As I said, I couldn't figure out what the difference is here. I am hovering over everything. I think I've figured out everything that's necessary for it. And you see that there's this bomb, and it's a chance of mission for each accompanying troop, blah, and both symbols will be there. So if we go back to the zapper, let me get, come on, there we go. You see, it's again, it's the same buff, so you get the bomb buff as well as the Arcanist Valtroy's buff with the 15% increase of yeah, the party guys. And yeah, I have no idea why this is happening, but yeah, it's another bug. And those are only the bugs that I have encountered. If you go to the forums right now, to the bug forums of BFA, you will find thousands of threads that are, yeah, unique. So they're not just repeating, I don't know, like not 500 posts are about one bug or so. Obviously, that happens once in a while as well. But there are thousands of unique bugs that have made it into BFA, even though, yeah, they should have had enough, what is it, posts on the forums already, on their beta forum, about bugs that they have encountered, and plenty of bugs that have been posted on the beta forums have made it into the game in the first place. And that's just something that's an indie company, as we are going with the joke, an indie company can do, but Blizzard, as far as I know, is no indie company. So that's why bugs and world quests have made it definitely to the top #1, because this is just something that shouldn't happen in the first place. So that was my personal top 10 most hated features of World of Warcraft BFA. Do you think that I've left something really significant out that I should definitely put on the list as well? Then let me know in the comments. Do you disagree or agree with me on a couple of statements? Then let me know as well. And yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.